This year says Foden is good, obviously, but he doesn't perform for England. He lost possession more than any. Yeah, he lost. I think he lost possession more than any other player via bad touches, which is different from losing possession. Other than sorry, has zero output outside of City. I mean, he had a bad tournament, Foden. But do you think that's more to do with the position the manager's playing him in, LB?
Yeah, I just think it was a mix of just bad things. You know what I mean? First of all, I don't think he can play with Kane. Now, whether you drop Foden or you drop Kane, I don't think he can play with. I think you need a runner. I think if Foden's in there, you need a runner. You need players to make runs in behind the defense. And I'm sorry, Kane just stood there for 90 minutes every game and didn't do anything. Right, so he just stood there. I don't think it helps not having a left winger, because then every time he picks up the ball, he had no one on that left. It should have been Anthony Gordon playing on that left-hand side, in my opinion. A balanced team. And I think we've got a bit of an issue here with Jude Bellingham and Foden. I don't think they can both play in that. I mean, Jude Bellingham's not a 10. He's not a number 10. He'll never be a number 10. For me, he's a box-to-box 8, yeah? Someone that can pick up the ball deep and run with it, yeah, and drive forward with it. He should not be on the edge of the penalty area, try to slip strikers in. Yeah, he's not that guy for me. So I think he's misprofiled in this team. So I just think it's a mix. But yeah, he didn't play well. And I think, obviously, if he doesn't play well under the next manager, then I think that's when there'll be serious questions about Phil Foden in the international team. But for me, I just think there's too much going on, man. There's too much going on there that, yeah, it's just a mess, bro. It's just a mess.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. What can you think of that is an outsider of the box for manager? And did any of you know who the Spanish manager is? Just want the best guy to play attacking football. Yeah, do you know what I think it is? And correct me if I'm wrong, LB, because we both said we want like winning managers. I feel like Spain's in a different space mentality-wise. In the last 27 finals, internationally or domestically, that have involved the Spanish club or the Spanish nation, they've won 27 out of 27. As a nation, they are winners. Mm-hmm. England need a manager to help instill a winning mentality. So I feel that's why there's a fundamental difference between knowing who the manager is. You have to look at scenarios. If English teams are dominating in Europe and England as a nation had won 3 or 4 trophies in the last decade or two, you probably could look at a Lee Carsley that's been part of that setup behind the scenes and has come through with it and already has that mentality instilled into him, because English football has that mentality. We need to inject it, in my personal opinion. An outsider for the job, but Klopp's probably the guy I'm thinking of, because that's what we need to be looking at as an outsider, a world-class manager that we don't expect that the FA go for, but it isn't going to be that. It's going to be Potter or Howe, Carsley. It could be a Tuchel. We'll see. Viewers, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you are subscribing to the Football Terrace for us. We are going to get to some of the transfer stories that are going on, but I wanted to start talk about City, actually. So we've seen the news that I haven't seen whether it's been officially turned down, but the newspaper said that you would turn this 30-odd million bid for Edison down. But it does appear that the Saudi teams are going to come back in for him. It looks like, they're going to come in for KDB as well. Any slight concerns from yourself? I mean, no transfers as of yet for Man City, unless I've missed it. But a number of your sort of stars being looked at for exits. Julian Alvarez refusing a new deal, looking like he might leave. What's the latest goings on with City, and how do you see it from a City perspective, mate?
Yeah, man. So Savio's supposed to be announced tomorrow. Obviously, that was a deal that's been done for a while, but it's official. It's meant to go through officially tomorrow, which is good news. The Edison deal, yeah, so 25 million quid, which I think is an absolute joke of a price. Like, I can't believe that was even, like, I don't know what they're doing there. You know what I mean? That is a joke. 31-year-old goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and you're bidding 25 million. That is. I mean, we sold James Trafford to Burnley for 20 million last year. Guy's never even played a Premier League game. So yeah, that got rejected. It depends on what sources. Some of the sources are saying it's over. Al Nassr are not willing to go higher than that, so they've pulled out the deal. A couple of other people are saying, well, they're still thinking about it and that. So I think he's going to stay. Plus, City were moving mad on the social media. This depends on how much like you read into this, yeah. But last night, within 25 minutes, yeah, of a journalist coming out saying I think it was Fabrizio coming out saying the £25 million bid has gone in from Al Nassr. Within 25 minutes, City posted 2 tweets, both about Ederson. And I'm like, that's a little bit weird. I think he'll stay, personally. Kevin De Bruyne, I think he'll stay as well. I think he'll leave next year. So yeah, I mean, it's a bit weird, man. The City news is there is no news, man. You know, I'm out here trying to do the content on the channel, and I'm like, bro, there's nothing to talk about right now. But I think Ederson will stay. I think Kevin De Bruyne will stay. We've obviously got Savio through the door. That's exciting. And then we just need a DM, man. We just need a DM. And Sam Lee today at The Athletic, he's reporting that City are still in for Bruno at Newcastle. But I don't know how that deal gets done. I mean, he had a release clause of 100 million quid. Like, why don't we just accept it and pay it if we wanted him? Like, what do you think they're going to accept? 70? I don't see it, man. I don't know. So yeah, bit strange. Some City fans getting a little concerned because we do need that DM. Obviously, if Rodri gets injured, like we're kind of screwed. I can't lie. So we need a DM. Need to get it through the door. But at the moment, all quiet, mate. All quiet.
I get quite a lot of stick from sorry. Rookie mistake. I get a lot of stick from City fans and Liverpool fans. I go, Terry, you're never speaking about our transfer rumors. But I mean, you've just said it. You're a City fan. I look for them, and barring this Ederson news, and we know about Savio coming in, but I feel like I don't even feel like that's a summer deal. That got done months ago. It's sort of like I don't see anything going on. And listen, we all know that the Copa America and the Euros slowed down the transfer market, but the Premier League is 4 weeks away, or 4.5 weeks. Friday, 4 weeks on Friday, Man United kick it off. And although the transfer window will be open for another 3 or 4 weeks after that, it doesn't feel like there's that much time now for everybody. And barring Man United, who we'll move on to, and Chelsea, nobody else. Arsenal were very, very similar. The Calafiori deal's gone very quiet. There's just nothing substantial. There's no talk of things you're actually working on, players you're talking to. I'm not even trying to fearmonger because City is such a well-run club, got such a brilliant squad. But it's almost feels like you've got to start motoring soon, surely.
Well, I imagine, and maybe Arsenal are in this position, that both clubs are looking at the squads and going, there's not a great deal that needs to be done. Now, I think when it comes to Arsenal, given the fact that they've not won the league yet, they've not won it in 2 years, there probably is more to do there than there is at City. But they don't need like a revolution at the football club. They just need to add a few players here and there. City, we need one player. We need a DM. That's it. That's all we need. We've got Savio through the door. We get a DM, and I'm chilling. In an ideal world, I'd like a fullback. We've not had a left back at my football club for a decade. Like that would be nice. But like, I'd get me a DM, and I'm chilling. I look at Arsenal, and I think, you know, there's some big decisions at Arsenal, isn't there? You know what I mean, in terms of some of the players. You know, striker. You know, you probably need another winger, maybe another defender, another midfielder. I don't know. You're trying to get rid of some players. I've seen the Smith Rowe news as well. So I imagine both clubs are just sitting there going, we don't need to do too much. So they're just biding their time and maybe looking for the right deal. Me personally, I'd rather just get the deal done. Like, this is what I'm saying. If we could have got Bruno for 100 mil release clause, why didn't we just pay it? Well, because we sat there and went, it's not worth 100 mil. Yeah, but what you're going to pay? You're going to pay 80 million anyway, aren't you? Let's be honest. Newcastle are not selling this guy for anything less than 80 million in today's market, right? So, but you just pay the extra 20 mil, yeah, and like, you've got him then. You're just chilling. You can forget about your transfers then, and you can just go into the preseason and you're all sorted. And people will be like, you can't just be throwing out 20 million here and there. Yeah, you don't necessarily pay it all off in one anyway. Like, you negotiate with Newcastle about the payment structure, how long that's paid across. You know, you're not going to transfer him 100 mil. That's very unlikely. So for me, I just think we should have got the deal done. Kimmich is there. Okay, you don't want to spend 80 million. You don't want to spend 100 million. Go get Kimmich then. Kimmich is available 40 million. You know what I mean? But then I'm being told he's too old. He's 29. He's got another 3 or 4 years left. It'll be easy. So there are deals to be done. Yeah, I'm not having this, or there's no players available. He's there. Varella's there. Yeah. So there are players that need to be done. I don't know. I don't know what City's strategy is right now on the DM situation. It's because we've got to get someone. Like, we can't go into this season again with just Rodri. Like,
you can't. He needs game and rest, and you can't. we'll put aside all the nonsense at the moment because that's going to resolve itself off the pitch. On field and day-to-day running, City have been impeccably well run for a long time. Always said it, will always stand by it. It seems weird that you could go into the season in a predicament of if Rodri gets hurt, we're in trouble. That isn't the sign of a club that's well run, where you're an injury away from potential disaster. And that's why I can't fathom. But you're normally very quick at getting deals done. I wouldn't say you're openly transparent, like there's always news, but it's not quiet around City normally. There's normally things to speak about. It does feel abnormally quiet. It does, and I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to know why and what comes in through the door. But viewers.